Imagine waking up every morning feeling confident, self-assured, and free from the need for external validation. No more constant checking of social media to see how many likes and comments you've received. No more seeking approval from others to feel good about yourself. No more feeling like you're not good enough, no matter how hard you try. But what if I told you that this life is within your reach? That you have the power to break free from the cycle of seeking external validation and live a life that is truly yours? In the next few hours, I'll be sharing with you the secrets to achieving this kind of freedom and confidence. You'll learn how to overcome the need for external validation, build your self-worth, and live a life that is authentic and fulfilling. So, if you're ready to take the first step towards a life of true freedom and confidence, then keep listening. Because what you're about to learn will change your life forever. Chapter 1: Understanding the Roots of External Validation. Welcome to the first step on your journey to independence and self-confidence. In this chapter, we'll explore why so many of us rely on other people's opinions and how this habit forms. We'll also look at real stories that show how seeking approval from others can affect our lives. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of what self-worth really means and how it's different from self-esteem. Let's begin this exciting path to discovering your true self. Why we care so much about what others think. Have you ever changed your clothes because you worry what your friends might say? Or felt nervous about sharing an idea at work, fearing your colleagues wouldn't like it? If so, you're not alone. Many of us care deeply about what others think of us. But why? The need to belong is a basic human instinct. Since ancient times, being part of a group meant safety and survival. This instinct is still with us today, even though our world has changed. We want to fit in, to be liked, and to feel accepted. This desire often leads us to seek approval from others. Our childhood experiences play a big role too. As children, we learn about the world from our parents, teachers, and friends. Their praise makes us feel good, while their criticism can hurt. Over time, we may start to believe that our value comes from what others think of us. Society also pushes us to care about others' opinions. We see perfect lives on social media, advertisements show us what we should look like, and we're often judged on our jobs, clothes, or possessions. All of this can make us feel that we need others' approval to be worthy. Real stories, real impact. Let's look at some real examples of how caring too much about others' opinions can affect our lives. Sarah's story. Sarah was a talented artist who loved painting landscapes. Her paintings were bright and full of joy. But when she showed them to her art teacher, he said they weren't serious enough. Sarah was hurt and started to doubt herself. She changed her style to dark, moody pieces that she thought would impress her teacher. Sarah's new paintings won awards, but she felt unhappy and disconnected from her art. Tom's experience. Tom always dreamed of starting his own business. He had a great idea for a new app, but every time he thought about quitting his job to pursue it, he worried what his family would think. They always praised him for having a stable job at a big company. Tom kept putting off his dream, scared of disappointing his family. Years passed, and Tom grew more and more unhappy, always wondering what if. These stories show how seeking others' approval can lead us away from our true selves and dreams. But it doesn't have to be this way. Understanding where these feelings come from is the first step to changing them. Self-worth versus self-esteem. What's the difference? To break free from depending on others' opinions, it's important to understand two key ideas: self-worth and self-esteem. Self-worth is the belief that you are valuable as a person, no matter what. It doesn't change based on your successes or failures. It's the knowledge that you deserve respect and love simply because you exist. Self-esteem, on the other hand, is how you feel about yourself. It can go up when you succeed and down when you fail. While self-esteem can be helpful, relying on it too much can make you dependent on external achievements for your happiness. Here's an example to help you understand. Imagine two students, Alex and Jamie, who both fail a test. Alex has high self-worth but low self-esteem in this moment. She thinks, I didn't do well on this test, and I feel disappointed. But I know I'm still a valuable person. I'll learn from this and do better next time. Jamie has low self-worth and low self-esteem. He thinks, I failed this test, so I must be stupid. I'm not good at anything. Everyone will think I'm a failure. Alex's self-worth helps her bounce back from disappointment. Jamie's lack of self-worth makes the failure feel much worse and affects how he sees himself as a person. Building your self-worth is key to becoming less dependent on others' opinions. When you truly believe in your own value, what others think becomes less important. Your journey of self-discovery begins. Now that we understand where the need for external validation comes from, we can start to change it. This book will guide you through a journey of self-discovery and growth. You'll learn practical ways to build your self-worth, handle criticism, and live authentically. Remember, this journey is about you. It's about discovering who you truly are, what you value, and what you want from life, not what others expect of you. It might feel challenging at times, but the reward is a life of freedom, confidence, and genuine happiness. In the coming chapters, we'll explore specific strategies to help you. Recognize when you're seeking external validation. Build strong self-awareness. Develop inner strength and confidence. Navigate relationships without losing yourself. Handle criticism constructively. Overcome self-doubt and negative self-talk. Each step will bring you closer to a life where you're in control, not the opinions of others. As we end this chapter, take a moment to reflect. Think about times when you've let others' opinions guide your choices. How did it make you feel? Now, imagine a future where you make decisions based on your own values and beliefs. How does that feel different? You've already taken the first step by reading this chapter. You're on your way to understanding yourself better and breaking free from the need for constant approval. Be proud of yourself for starting this journey. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into recognizing the signs of dependence on external validation and understanding its consequences. This knowledge will empower you to start making positive changes in your life. Remember, every big change starts with small steps. You've just taken an important one. Keep going, believe in yourself, and get ready for an exciting journey of growth and self-discovery. Chapter 2, Recognizing the Signs and Consequences. In the previous chapter, we explored the roots of why we seek validation from others. Now, let's take a closer look at how this dependence manifests in our daily lives. By identifying the signs and understanding the potential consequences, we can start to break free from its grip. Spotting the signs. Are you overly reliant on external validation? It's normal to care about what others think to some extent. However, when your thoughts and actions are constantly driven by the need for external approval, it can become a problem. Here are some common signs that you might be overly reliant on validation from others. 1. You're a people pleaser. Do you find yourself constantly saying yes to requests, even when you'd rather say no? Do you avoid expressing your true opinions or needs for fear of upsetting others? People-pleasing often stems from a deep-seated need to be liked and accepted, even at the expense of your own well-being. 2. Social media is your ruler. Do you meticulously curate your online persona, obsessing over likes, comments, and followers? Does your mood plummet when a post doesn't receive the attention you hoped for? Relying on social media for validation can lead to a distorted sense of self-worth tied to external metrics. 3. Criticism cuts deep. Does receiving constructive feedback feel like a personal attack? Do you dwell on negative comments, even if they're not representative of the bigger picture? An over-reliance on external validation can make you hypersensitive to criticism, hindering your ability to learn and grow. 4. You're a serial comparer. Do you constantly compare yourself to others, focusing on their achievements, possessions, or relationships? Do you feel inadequate when you perceive someone else to be better than you? This constant comparison game can fuel feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. 5. Perfectionism is your middle name. Do you strive for flawlessness in everything you do, setting impossibly high standards for yourself? Are you paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes or appearing incompetent? Perfectionism, often driven by a need to please others, can lead to burnout and prevent you from taking risks. These are just a few examples, and the specific signs may vary from person to person. The key is to become aware of your own patterns and motivations. Ask yourself, am I making this choice because I genuinely want to, or am I trying to please someone else? The price of seeking approval, understanding the consequences. Over-reliance on external validation can have far-reaching consequences for your emotional well-being, relationships, and overall happiness. Here are some potential downsides. 1. Increased anxiety and stress. Constantly worrying about what others think can fuel anxiety and stress. This can manifest as social anxiety, fear of judgment, and difficulty relaxing. 2. Diminished self-esteem. When your self-worth is tied to external factors, it becomes fragile and susceptible to fluctuations. This can lead to low self-esteem, self-doubt, and a lack of confidence in your abilities. 3. Difficulty making decisions. If you're constantly seeking approval from others, making decisions can feel overwhelming. You may second-guess yourself, struggle to trust your intuition, or rely on others to make choices for you. 4. Strained relationships. Ironically, seeking validation from others can actually harm your relationships. When you're not being your authentic self, it can create distance and prevent genuine connection. 5. Missed opportunities. The fear of judgment and criticism can prevent you from pursuing your passions, taking risks, and living life to the fullest. Acknowledging and accepting, the first step to change. Recognizing that you rely too heavily on external validation can be uncomfortable. You might feel ashamed, defensive, or even resistant to change. However, acknowledging and accepting these patterns is essential for moving forward. Think of it like this: you wouldn't expect to recover from a physical injury without first acknowledging its existence. Similarly, you can't address the issue of external validation without first recognizing its presence in your life. Here are some tips for moving through this stage. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Remember that you're not alone in this struggle, and it doesn't define your worth as a person. Focus on your strengths. Remind yourself of your positive qualities, accomplishments, and the things you're good at. Challenge negative thoughts. When you catch yourself engaging in self-criticism or negative self-talk, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or counselor about what you're going through. Sharing your experience can be incredibly helpful. Remember, recognizing the signs and consequences of relying on external validation is not about self-judgment. It's about cultivating awareness so you can start making conscious choices that align with your values and goals. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical steps for building self-awareness and developing a stronger sense of self, which will pave the way for greater independence and inner peace. Chapter 3. Building self-awareness and self-reflection. Now that you're becoming aware of how seeking validation from others might be impacting your life, let's move on to building a stronger foundation within yourself. This chapter will guide you to explore your inner world through self-awareness and self-reflection. Think of this as getting to know the real you, the person behind the need for external approval. Why bother with self-awareness? Imagine trying to navigate a new city without a map or GPS. You'd likely feel lost and unsure of your direction. Self-awareness is like having an inner compass. It helps you understand your thoughts, feelings, and motivations, allowing you to make conscious choices that align with your true self. When you lack self-awareness, you might find yourself reacting automatically to situations based on old patterns and the opinions of others. This can lead to feelings of frustration, confusion, and a sense of being off track. Self-awareness allows you to pause, reflect, and make choices from a place of clarity and intention. Techniques for tuning in, mindfulness and journaling. 1. Mindfulness, living in the present moment. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's like pressing the pause button on your busy mind and simply observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting swept away by them. Practice everyday mindfulness. Start with a few minutes each day. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensations of each inhale and exhale. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your breath. Mindful activities. Incorporate mindfulness into everyday activities like eating, walking, or showering. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures of the experience. This helps ground you in the present moment, increasing awareness of your inner state. 2. Journaling, a conversation with yourself. Journaling provides a safe and private space to explore your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's like having a heart-to-heart conversation with yourself, allowing you to process experiences, gain clarity, and identify patterns in your thinking. Start simple. You don't need fancy notebooks or prompts to start journaling. Begin by simply writing down your thoughts and feelings. What's on your mind? How are you feeling right now? Explore your reactions. Did a specific situation or comment trigger a strong emotional response in you? Explore those reactions in your journal. What happened? How did you feel? What were your thoughts? This helps uncover underlying beliefs and patterns driving your behavior. Self-reflection, uncovering your values and beliefs. Self-reflection goes beyond simply observing your thoughts and feelings. It involves actively examining your values, beliefs, and motivations. It's about understanding what truly matters to you and how your actions align, or don't align, with those values. 1. Identifying your core values. Your core values are the guiding principles that shape your decisions, priorities, and overall outlook on life. They represent what is most important to you and what you stand for. When you live in alignment with your values, you experience greater fulfillment and a sense of purpose. Values exploration. Start by brainstorming a list of values that resonate with you. Some examples include authenticity, creativity, family, kindness, learning, adventure, freedom, honesty, etc. Prioritize and define. Narrow down your list to your top 5 to 10 core values. Reflect on what each value means to you personally and how it shows up in your life. 2. How external validation compromises your values. Often, our desire for external validation leads us to make choices that conflict with our core values. This can create inner turmoil and a sense of disconnection from our true selves. Reflect on past experiences. Think about times when you acted in ways that didn't feel authentic or aligned with your values. Were you trying to please someone else? Were you seeking approval or avoiding criticism? Identify the disconnect. What values were compromised in those situations? How did it feel to act out of alignment with those values? Recognizing this disconnect can motivate you to make different choices in the future. Developing your inner compass. As you become more self-aware and understand your values, you start to develop your inner compass. This inner guide helps you navigate life's choices with greater clarity and confidence, relying less on external validation for direction. Trusting your intuition. Intuition is that inner voice that often speaks to us through subtle feelings, gut instincts, or a sense of knowing. When you're disconnected from yourself, it can be easy to ignore or dismiss your intuition. However, as you cultivate self-awareness, you become more attuned to this valuable source of guidance. Pay attention to your body. Intuition often communicates through physical sensations. Notice any gut feelings, tightness in your chest, or a sense of expansion in your heart when making decisions. Quiet the mental chatter. Find moments of stillness through practices like mindfulness or meditation. When you quiet the constant stream of thoughts, you create space for your intuition to surface. Living authentically. Living authentically means showing up as your true self, even when it feels scary or uncomfortable. It's about honoring your values, expressing your needs, and making choices that align with your heart, not just the expectations of others. Start small. Begin by expressing your authentic self in small ways. Share your opinion openly in a conversation. Decline an invitation that doesn't feel aligned with your energy. Embrace imperfection. Remember that authenticity doesn't mean being perfect. It's about embracing your imperfections, quirks, and vulnerabilities. These are the very things that make you unique and interesting. In this chapter, we explored the power of self-awareness and self-reflection in understanding your inner landscape. As you continue to develop these skills, you'll find yourself relying less on external validation and more on your own inner wisdom to guide you. Remember, you are the author of your own life story. Embrace the journey of self-discovery, and watch as you blossom into the most authentic version of yourself. Chapter 4: Embracing Vulnerability and Authenticity. Welcome to a transformative chapter in your journey towards independence from others' opinions. Here, we'll explore the power of vulnerability and authenticity in building genuine relationships and boosting your self-confidence. These concepts might seem scary at first, but they hold the key to living a more fulfilling life. The power of vulnerability. Vulnerability often gets a bad rap. Many people think it means being weak or easily hurt. But the truth is quite different. Being vulnerable means having the courage to be your true self, even when it's uncomfortable or risky. Brené Brown, a well-known researcher, has studied vulnerability for years. In her book Daring Greatly, she explains that vulnerability is actually a sign of strength. It's about showing up and being seen, even when there are no guarantees. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, several amazing things happen. 1. You build deeper connections. By sharing your true thoughts and feelings, you create opportunities for real, meaningful relationships. 2. You increase self-acceptance. Embracing your imperfections helps you accept yourself more fully. 3. You become more resilient. Facing your fears and insecurities head-on makes you stronger in the long run. 4. You inspire others. Your courage to be vulnerable can encourage others to do the same. Let's look at a real-life example. Maria's story. Maria was always afraid of public speaking. She worried about what others would think if she made a mistake. One day, she decided to face her fear and give a presentation at work. At the start, she told her colleagues, "I'm really nervous about this, but I'm excited to share my ideas with you." To her surprise, her honesty made everyone more supportive. They listened attentively and gave her encouraging feedback. By being vulnerable about her fears, Maria not only gave a great presentation but also connected better with her co-workers. Practical steps to embrace vulnerability. 1. Start small. Share a personal story with a trusted friend or express a genuine emotion you've been hiding. 2. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you feel exposed or uncomfortable. Remember, it's okay to feel uncertain. 3. Reframe failure. Instead of seeing mistakes as weaknesses, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. 4. Seek support. Surround yourself with people who appreciate your authentic self and encourage your vulnerability. Living authentically, being true to yourself. Authenticity means being true to who you are, rather than trying to be what others want you to be. It's about aligning your actions with your values and beliefs. When you live authentically, you feel more confident, content, and in control of your life. Here are some practical steps to cultivate authenticity in your daily life. 1. Know your values. Revisit the core values you identified in the previous chapter. Make decisions based on these values, not on what others expect from you. 2. Practice self-reflection. Regularly check in with yourself. Ask, am I being true to myself in this situation? If not, consider what changes you can make. 3. Express your true feelings. Instead of hiding your emotions to please others, practice expressing them in a respectful way. 4. Set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values or goals. It's okay to prioritize your needs and well-being. 5. Be honest. Strive for honesty in your interactions, even when it's uncomfortable. This doesn't mean being unkind, but rather, being truthful in a considerate way. 6. Embrace your quirks. Celebrate the unique aspects of your personality instead of trying to fit into a mold. Setting boundaries and practicing assertiveness. Setting boundaries is a crucial part of living authentically. Boundaries are the limits you set in relationships to protect your well-being. They help you stay true to yourself while interacting with others. Here's how to set healthy boundaries. 1. Identify your limits. Know what you're comfortable with and what crosses the line for you. 2. Communicate clearly. Express your boundaries in a calm, firm, and respectful manner. 3. Be consistent. Once you set a boundary, stick to it. This helps others understand and respect your limits. 4. Practice self-care. Prioritize your needs and don't feel guilty about it. Assertiveness goes hand in hand with setting boundaries. It's about expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a direct, honest, and respectful way. Here are some tips for being more assertive. 1. Use I statements. Instead of "you always ignore me," try "I feel hurt when my opinions aren't considered." 2. Be specific. Clearly state what you need or want. 3. Listen actively. Show respect for others' views while asserting your own. 4. Practice body language. Stand tall, make eye contact, and speak clearly to convey confidence. Real-life success stories. Let's look at some inspiring examples of people who have embraced vulnerability and authenticity. John's journey. John was a people-pleaser who always said yes to avoid disappointing others. He often felt overwhelmed and resentful. After learning about boundaries, John started saying no to extra work projects that interfered with his family time. At first, he felt guilty, but soon he noticed he was happier and more productive. His colleagues respected his boundaries, and his relationships improved both at work and home. Sarah's transformation. Sarah always tried to fit in by agreeing with others, even when she disagreed. She felt inauthentic and unhappy. She decided to start expressing her true opinions, even if they were different from her friends'. To her surprise, her friends appreciated her honesty. Some even told her that her courage inspired them to be more genuine too. Sarah's relationships became deeper and more meaningful as a result. David's vulnerability victory. David struggled with anxiety but always tried to hide it. One day, during a team meeting, he decided to be vulnerable and share his struggles. He told his colleagues about his anxiety and how it sometimes affected his work. His team's response was overwhelmingly supportive. They worked together to create a more understanding work environment. David's openness not only helped him but also created a more compassionate workplace for everyone. These stories show that embracing vulnerability and authenticity can lead to more fulfilling relationships, increased self-confidence, and a more genuine way of living. Conclusion. Embracing vulnerability and authenticity is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice and courage, but the rewards are immense. By allowing yourself to be seen for who you truly are, you open the door to deeper connections, greater self-acceptance, and a more fulfilling life. Remember, you don't have to make big changes all at once. Start small, be patient with yourself, and celebrate each step towards a more authentic you. As you continue on this path, you'll find that the opinions of others matter less, and your own inner voice becomes stronger and clearer. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to handle criticism and feedback constructively, an essential skill as you become more authentic and vulnerable in your interactions with others. Chapter 5. Handling criticism and feedback constructively. Welcome to another crucial step on your journey towards independence and self-confidence. In this chapter, we'll explore how to handle criticism and feedback in a constructive way. Criticism can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity for growth. Let's dive in and learn how to turn criticism into a positive force in your life. Understanding the difference between constructive feedback and destructive criticism. Before we delve into strategies for handling criticism, it's important to understand the difference between constructive feedback and destructive criticism. Constructive feedback focuses on specific behaviors or actions, offers suggestions for improvement, is well-intentioned and aims to help you grow, balances positives with areas for improvement. Destructive criticism attacks your character or personality, lacks specific examples or suggestions for improvement, is often delivered harshly or with the intent to harm, focuses solely on negatives without addressing positives. Techniques for handling criticism effectively. Handling criticism well is a skill that anyone can learn. Here are some strategies to help you process criticism in a healthy way. 1. Pause and breathe. When you receive criticism, your initial reaction might be defensive or emotional. Take a moment to pause and breathe. This gives you a chance to calm down and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 2. Listen actively. Pay attention to what the person is saying. Try to understand their perspective without interrupting. Active listening shows respect and can help diffuse tension. 3. Ask for clarification. If the criticism is unclear or vague, ask for specific examples or more details. This helps you understand the feedback better and can also reveal if the criticism is constructive or destructive. 4. Focus on the message, not the delivery. Sometimes, the way criticism is delivered can be harsh or hurtful. Try to separate the message from the tone. Look for the valuable information hidden within the criticism. 5. Reframe criticism as a tool for growth. In their book Mistakes Were Made, But Not By Me, Carol Tavries and Elliot Aronson discuss the importance of recognizing and acknowledging errors. They suggest that reframing mistakes and criticism as opportunities for growth can be incredibly beneficial. Instead of seeing criticism as a threat, view it as a chance to learn and improve. 6. Separate yourself from the criticism. Remember that criticism is about your actions or behaviors, not your worth as a person. Your self-worth is inherent and doesn't depend on what others think. 7. Reflect and evaluate. After receiving criticism, take some time to reflect on it. Consider what you can learn from it and how you can use it to grow. Ask yourself if there's any truth to the feedback and how you can apply it to improve. Building resilience, strengthening your inner core. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, including criticism. Here are some ways to build your resilience. 1. Develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work and learning. People with a growth mindset see criticism as a way to improve rather than a sign of failure. 2. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you face criticism. Instead of beating yourself up, treat yourself with the same care and understanding you would offer a friend. Self-compassion helps you stay resilient in the face of negative feedback. 3. Focus on your strengths. While it's important to acknowledge areas for improvement, don't forget to recognize your strengths and accomplishments. Balancing the negative with the positive can help you maintain a healthy perspective. 4. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or mentor about the criticism you've received. Sharing your feelings can provide a different perspective and help you process the feedback more effectively. 5. Engage in self-care. Taking care of your physical and emotional well-being can boost your resilience. This includes activities like exercise, meditation, journaling, and spending time with loved ones. Real-life examples: handling criticism with grace. Let's look at some real-life examples of people who handled criticism constructively. Emma's experience. Emma was a graphic designer who received harsh criticism from a client about her latest project. Instead of getting defensive, Emma paused and asked for specific examples of what the client didn't like. She listened actively and took notes. After the meeting, Emma reflected on the feedback and realized there were areas she could improve. She made the necessary changes and submitted a revised design that the client loved. Emma's ability to handle criticism constructively not only improved her work but also strengthened her relationship with the client. Michael's story. Michael was a manager who received negative feedback from his team about his leadership style. At first, Michael felt hurt and defensive. But he decided to ask for specific examples and encouraged his team to be open about their concerns. Michael listened carefully and took the feedback to heart. He realized that his communication style needed improvement. He started attending workshops and reading books on effective leadership. Over time, Michael's team noticed a positive change in his leadership approach, and their collaboration improved significantly. Case studies: learning from others. Let's explore a few case studies to see how others have successfully handled criticism and feedback. Case study 1: The artist's journey. A talented artist named Lily received criticism about her paintings from a renowned art critic. The critic pointed out flaws in her technique and composition. Initially, Lily felt devastated, but she decided to use the criticism as a learning opportunity. She enrolled in art classes to improve her skills and sought feedback from other artists. Over time, Lily's work improved significantly, and she even received praise from the same critic who had initially criticized her. Case study 2: The Entrepreneur's Challenge. Alex was an entrepreneur who launched a new product that received mixed reviews from customers. Some loved it, while others pointed out flaws and suggested improvements. Alex could have dismissed the negative feedback, but he chose to listen and learn from it. He gathered the feedback and used it to refine his product. The improved version received rave reviews, and Alex's company flourished. Case study 3: The Writer's Evolution. Sam was a writer who received rejection letters from publishers. The feedback was often harsh and pointed out weaknesses in his writing. Instead of giving up, Sam decided to embrace the criticism and worked on improving his writing skills. He joined a writing group, took courses, and sought advice from experienced writers. Sam's persistence paid off, and he eventually published a successful novel that received critical acclaim. Action steps: putting it all together. Now that you understand the importance of handling criticism constructively, let's put it into practice with some action steps. 1. Identify your reaction. The next time you receive criticism, notice your initial reaction. Are you feeling defensive, hurt, or angry? Acknowledge these feelings and let them pass without acting on them. 2. Practice active listening. Listen carefully to the person giving you feedback. Try to understand their perspective and take notes if necessary. This shows respect and helps you absorb the information more effectively. 3. Reframe the criticism. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack, reframe it as an opportunity for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this feedback that will help me improve? 4. Seek clarification. If the criticism is unclear or vague, ask for specific examples or more details. This helps you understand the feedback better and can also reveal if the criticism is constructive or destructive. 5. Reflect and evaluate. After receiving criticism, take some time to reflect on it. Consider what you can learn from it and how you can use it to grow. Ask yourself if there's any truth to the feedback and how you can apply it to improve. 6. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you face criticism. Instead of beating yourself up, treat yourself with the same care and understanding you would offer a friend. Self-compassion helps you stay resilient in the face of negative feedback. 7. Set goals for improvement. Based on the constructive feedback you've received, set specific, achievable goals for improvement. Break down the feedback into actionable steps and work on them consistently. 8. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, or mentor about the criticism you've received. Sharing your feelings can provide a different perspective and help you process the feedback more effectively. Conclusion. Handling criticism and feedback constructively is a vital skill for building resilience and living authentically. By reframing criticism as a tool for growth, practicing active listening, and cultivating self-compassion, you can turn negative feedback into a positive force in your life. Remember, the key is to separate your self-worth from external opinions and focus on the valuable information hidden within the criticism. Embrace the journey of continuous improvement, and you'll find that criticism becomes a stepping stone to greater success and fulfillment. In the next chapter, we'll explore the role of self-care and self-compassion in building inner strength and self-confidence. As you continue on this journey, remember that each step you take towards handling criticism constructively brings you closer to a life where you are in control, not the opinions of others. Chapter 6. Developing Inner Strength and Self-Confidence. Welcome to a chapter dedicated to building the unshakable foundation of your true self. We've explored the traps of seeking external validation and the importance of self-awareness. Now, let's focus on actively cultivating inner strength and genuine self-confidence that radiates from within. The power of positive self-talk, rewriting your inner script. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every thought you have is like planting a seed. Negative self-talk plants weeds of doubt, fear, and insecurity. Positive self-talk, however, cultivates a vibrant landscape of confidence, resilience, and self-belief. Become aware of your inner critic. The first step is recognizing those negative thought patterns. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Are your thoughts critical, judgmental, or self-doubting? Challenge negative thoughts. Don't accept negative thoughts as facts. Challenge them by asking, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? Replace negativity with positivity. Consciously choose to replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Instead of I'm not good enough, try I am capable and worthy of love and respect. Affirmations, planting seeds of self-belief. Affirmations are positive statements that, when repeated regularly, can help reprogram your subconscious mind and shift your beliefs about yourself. Create personal affirmations. Choose affirmations that resonate with you and address areas where you need a boost of confidence. Repeat with feeling. Say your affirmations aloud or silently, several times a day, with conviction and feeling. Be patient and consistent. Like planting seeds, it takes time for affirmations to take root. Be patient and consistent with your practice. Self-care, nourishing your mind, body, and soul. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential for building inner strength and resilience. When you prioritize your well-being, you have more energy and emotional capacity to handle challenges and pursue your goals. Identify your needs. What activities make you feel refreshed, energized, and fulfilled? Schedule time for self-care. Treat self-care as important appointments in your schedule. Explore different practices. Experiment with various self-care activities, such as exercise, meditation, spending time in nature, reading, or pursuing hobbies. Self-compassion, your inner best friend. Often, we're kinder to our friends than we are to ourselves. Self-compassion is about treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and acceptance you would offer a loved one. Practice self-kindness. Talk to yourself in a gentle, encouraging tone. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Remember, you're not alone. Everyone makes mistakes and faces challenges. Recognize that you're not alone in your struggles. Embrace your imperfections. Accept that you are a work in progress, flaws and all. Embrace your imperfections as part of what makes you unique. The wisdom of Stoicism: perception, action, will. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers valuable insights into developing inner strength. Stoics believe that perception shapes reality. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can control how we perceive and interpret events. Action is key. Focus on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and reactions, rather than external circumstances. Willpower is a muscle. Like any muscle, willpower can be strengthened through practice. The more you exercise your willpower, the better you'll become at overcoming challenges. Exercises and daily routines for building inner strength. 1. Morning gratitude practice. Start your day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. This simple practice shifts your focus to the positive and sets a positive tone for the day. 2. Mindful moments. Throughout the day, take a few minutes to practice mindful breathing or a body scan meditation. This helps you stay grounded and present, reducing stress and anxiety. 3. Evening reflection. Before bed, reflect on your day. Acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small, and identify any challenges you faced. Ask yourself what you learned from the day's experiences. Real-life examples: embracing inner strength. Consider these inspiring examples of individuals who have cultivated inner strength. Malala Yousafzai. Despite facing threats and violence for advocating for girls' education, Malala Yousafzai remains steadfast in her beliefs and continues to inspire millions worldwide. Nelson Mandela. Imprisoned for 27 years, Nelson Mandela emerged from prison with unwavering resolve and forgiveness, leading South Africa through a peaceful transition to democracy. Conclusion: a journey of self-discovery. Developing inner strength and self-confidence is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires conscious effort, consistent practice, and a willingness to challenge yourself. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Embrace the journey, be patient with yourself, and celebrate your progress along the way. As you cultivate your inner strength, you'll find that external validation becomes less important, and you'll experience a deeper sense of confidence and fulfillment that radiates from within. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to navigate relationships without relying on external validation, allowing your inner strength to shine through in your interactions with others. Chapter 7: Navigating relationships without seeking validation. Welcome to a chapter about building strong and healthy relationships. You've learned a lot about yourself and how to feel good without needing others' approval. Now, let's see how you can use these skills in your relationships with friends, family, and partners. Healthy relationships, a two-way street. Imagine a garden. For plants to grow strong, they need good soil, sunlight, and water. Healthy relationships need similar care. They thrive on trust, respect, good communication, and the freedom to be yourself. When you depend on others for your happiness, it's like taking all the sunlight from the garden for yourself. The other plants can't grow properly. In the same way, relying on others to make you feel good can make your relationships unbalanced and unhappy. Building your confidence from within. Remember, your worth comes from inside you, not from what others think. When you truly believe in your value, you can express yourself openly. You can share your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Set healthy boundaries. You can say no when you need to without worrying about upsetting others. Handle disagreements calmly. You can talk through differences respectfully without needing to be right all the time. Communication is key. Speak your truth. Good communication is like watering the garden of your relationships. It helps understanding and connection to grow. Here are some tips for speaking your truth in a healthy way. 1. Use I statements. Instead of blaming others, "You always make me feel bad," focus on your own feelings. "I feel hurt when you say things like that." 2. Be clear and direct. Don't expect others to read your mind. Say what you need or feel in a straightforward way. 3. Listen actively. Communication is a two-way street. Really listen to the other person's perspective, even if you don't agree. Setting healthy boundaries, protecting your space. Remember the garden analogy? Boundaries are like fences that protect each plant's space to grow. They help you feel safe and respected in your relationships. Setting boundaries can feel tricky, but it gets easier with practice. Here's how. 1. Know your limits. What are you comfortable with? What makes you feel disrespected or uncomfortable? 2. Communicate clearly. Tell the other person your boundaries in a kind but firm way. 3. Be consistent. Stick to your boundaries, even when it's difficult. This shows others that you're serious about taking care of yourself. Codependency, when care becomes control. Sometimes, relationships can become unbalanced when one person relies too much on the other for their happiness. This is called codependency. It's like one plant taking all the water and nutrients, leaving the other weak and struggling. Here are some signs of codependency. You feel responsible for the other person's happiness. You sacrifice your own needs and wants to please them. You feel anxious or guilty when they're not happy. If you recognize these signs in your relationships, it's important to seek help from a therapist or counselor. They can help you break free from codependent patterns and build healthier relationships. Real-life examples, relationships built on strength. Let's look at some inspiring examples of people who have built strong, independent relationships. David and Sarah's story. David and Sarah have been friends for years. They have different interests and opinions, but they always respect each other's choices. When they disagree, they talk openly and honestly, without trying to change each other. Their friendship is strong because they value each other's individuality. Maria and Tom's partnership. Maria and Tom are married and run a business together. They have learned to communicate their needs and expectations clearly. They set boundaries to separate work and personal time, which helps them maintain a healthy balance. Their relationship thrives because they support each other's goals and respect each other's needs. Conclusion: building a garden of strong relationships. Navigating relationships without seeking validation takes practice, but it's worth it. When you value your own worth and communicate openly, you create space for healthy, balanced connections. Remember these key points. Your worth comes from within. Communicate your needs and feelings clearly. Set healthy boundaries to protect your well-being. Recognize and address codependent patterns. By nurturing these skills, you can build a garden of strong and fulfilling relationships where everyone can thrive. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to overcome feelings of shame and self-criticism, which can sometimes hold us back from fully embracing our authentic selves in relationships. Chapter 8: Overcoming Shame and Self-Criticism. Welcome to a crucial chapter in your journey towards self-acceptance and independence. Here, we'll explore the role of shame and self-criticism in seeking external validation and learn practical techniques to overcome them. Understanding shame, the silent saboteur. Shame is a powerful emotion that can hold us back from living our authentic lives. According to Joseph Burgo, author of Shame, shame is a feeling of being unworthy or unlovable. It's often linked to our deepest fears and can lead to self-criticism, anxiety, and depression. Shame can be triggered by external validation, as we may feel that we're not good enough or that we've failed in some way. However, shame can also be internalized, leading to self-criticism and negative self-talk. The dangers of self-criticism. Self-criticism is a common response to shame, but it can be incredibly damaging. When we criticize ourselves, we can reinforce negative self-talk. Self-criticism can create a cycle of negative self-talk, making it harder to break free from shame. Lower self-esteem. Constant self-criticism can erode our self-esteem, making us feel unworthy or unlovable. Miss opportunities. Self-criticism can hold us back from taking risks or pursuing our goals, as we may feel that we're not good enough. Techniques for overcoming self-criticism. Fortunately, there are many techniques that can help us overcome self-criticism and shame. Here are a few. 1. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT is a helpful approach in addressing self-criticism. It involves identifying negative thought patterns and replacing them with more balanced and realistic ones. 2. Self-compassion. Practicing self-compassion is essential in overcoming self-criticism. Treat yourself with kindness, understanding, and patience, just as you would a close friend. 3. Mindfulness. Mindfulness can help us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond to self-criticism in a more constructive way. 4. Journaling. Writing down our thoughts and feelings can help us process and release shame and self-criticism. The power of self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is a crucial step in overcoming shame and self-criticism. When we forgive ourselves, we release guilt and shame. Self-forgiveness allows us to let go of guilt and shame, freeing us from the weight of negative emotions. Develop self-compassion. Self-forgiveness helps us develop a more compassionate mindset towards ourselves, leading to greater self-acceptance. Move forward. Self-forgiveness enables us to move forward, rather than getting stuck in the past. Real-life examples, overcoming shame and self-criticism. Let's look at some inspiring examples of individuals who have successfully overcome shame and self-criticism. Sarah's story. Sarah struggled with shame and self-criticism after a painful divorce. She felt unworthy and unlovable, and her self-criticism was debilitating. However, with the help of therapy and self-compassion, Sarah was able to overcome her shame and develop a more positive self-image. John's journey. John was a perfectionist who struggled with self-criticism. He felt that he was never good enough, and his self-criticism held him back from pursuing his goals. However, after practicing mindfulness and self-compassion, John was able to overcome his self-criticism and develop a more realistic and positive self-image. Conclusion. Overcoming shame and self-criticism is a journey that requires patience, self-compassion, and practice. By understanding the role of shame in external validation and using techniques like CBT, self-compassion, and mindfulness, we can break free from the cycle of self-criticism and develop a more positive and compassionate mindset towards ourselves. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Many people have successfully overcome shame and self-criticism, and you can too. In the next chapter, we'll explore the importance of mindfulness and acceptance in building inner strength and self-confidence. Chapter 9. Practicing Mindfulness and Acceptance. Welcome to a chapter on powerful tools that can help you find peace within yourself. Here, we'll explore mindfulness and acceptance, two practices that can dramatically reduce your need for external validation and increase your self-confidence. Mindfulness, tuning into the present moment. Imagine your mind is like a busy street, with thoughts racing by like cars. Mindfulness is like stepping onto the sidewalk and simply observing the traffic without getting caught up in it. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment, without judgment. This means noticing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without trying to change them or push them away. Benefits of mindfulness: finding calm in the chaos. Practicing mindfulness regularly can bring many benefits, including reduced stress and anxiety. Mindfulness helps you calm your busy mind and focus on the present moment, reducing worries about the past or future. Increased self-awareness. By paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, you understand yourself better and can make choices that align with your values. Improved focus and concentration. Regular mindfulness practice strengthens your ability to focus, making it easier to stay present and engaged in daily life. Less reactivity. Mindfulness helps you observe your emotions without getting swept away by them, allowing you to respond to situations calmly rather than reacting impulsively. Acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. Befriending your thoughts. Sometimes, our thoughts can feel like bullies, telling us we're not good enough or that we'll fail. Acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, teaches us to see thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, not facts. Instead of struggling to control our thoughts, ACT encourages us to accept them without judgment. Choose our values and actions based on what's important to us, not on our thoughts. Take action towards the life we want, even if our thoughts tell us we can't. Simple exercises for mindfulness and acceptance. 1. Mindful breathing. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Notice the sensations of each inhale and exhale. When your mind wanders, and it will gently guide your attention back to your breath. Practice for 5 to 10 minutes daily. 2. Body scan meditation. Lie down or sit comfortably. Bring your attention to your toes, noticing any sensations. Slowly move your attention up your body, noticing sensations in each part without judgment. This helps ground you in the present moment and connect with your physical self. 3. Mindful walking. Choose a quiet place where you can walk for a few minutes. Pay attention to the sensations of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your body, and the sights and sounds around you. This practice brings awareness to the present moment and helps calm your mind. 4. Thought labeling. When a negative thought arises, acknowledge it without judgment. Simply label it as a thought or a feeling, e.g., I'm having a thought that I'm not good enough. This helps create distance between you and your thoughts, reducing their power over you. Real-life transformations, voices of experience. Here are some real-life examples of how mindfulness and acceptance have helped others. I used to worry constantly about what others thought of me, says Anna, a young professional. Mindfulness has helped me quiet those thoughts and focus on the present moment. Now, I feel more confident and less anxious. I used to be very self-critical, shares David, a recovering perfectionist. ACT has taught me to accept my imperfections and focus on my values. It's been life-changing. Conclusion: cultivating inner peace. Mindfulness and acceptance are powerful practices that can help you find peace and freedom from the constant need for external validation. By practicing these techniques regularly, you can quiet your busy mind and reduce stress. Become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Respond to challenges with greater calm and clarity. Live a life that aligns with your values, not the opinions of others. Remember, like any new skill, mindfulness and acceptance take practice. Be patient with yourself, start small, and celebrate your progress. As you continue on this journey, you'll find yourself feeling more grounded, confident, and free to be your authentic self. In the next chapter, we'll explore practical steps for making lasting changes and maintaining the progress you've made on your journey towards independence and self-confidence. Chapter 10: Implementing Change and Maintaining Progress. Welcome to the final chapter of our journey together. Here, we'll explore practical steps to integrate the lessons from this book into your daily life, maintain motivation, and overcome setbacks. Creating lasting change, small steps to success. Think of building a new habit or skill like planting a garden. You need to start small. Begin with a manageable goal or action. Water regularly, consistently practice or work towards your goal. Provide sunlight, give yourself the resources and support you need to grow. Be patient, allow time for growth and progress. Strategies for maintaining motivation. Maintaining motivation is key to creating lasting change. Here are some strategies to help. 1. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress, no matter how small. 2. Find accountability. Share your goals and progress with a friend or mentor to stay motivated. 3. Track your progress. Use a journal or app to monitor your progress and stay on track. 4. Reward yourself. Treat yourself to something special when you reach a milestone. Overcoming setbacks. Bouncing back from failure. Setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to define us. Here's how to bounce back. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Recognize and accept your emotions, rather than suppressing them. 2. Learn from the experience. Reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve next time. 3. Focus on the present, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Focus on what you can control in the present moment. 4. Take action. Make a plan to move forward and take the first step. Tools for long-term progress. Here are some tools to help you maintain progress and achieve your goals. 1. Habit formation. Create a routine or schedule to help you stick to your goals. 2. Accountability systems. Share your goals and progress with a friend or mentor to stay motivated. 3. Mindfulness and self-compassion. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion to stay present and focused. 4. Goal setting. Set specific, achievable goals to help you stay on track. Real-life examples. Implementing change and maintaining progress. Let's look at some real-life examples of people who have successfully implemented change and maintained progress. Sarah's story. Sarah wanted to start a new exercise routine, but she struggled to stay motivated. She started small by committing to 10-minute workouts, 3 times a week. She tracked her progress and celebrated small wins along the way. With time, Sarah increased her workout duration and frequency, eventually reaching her goal of exercising for 30 minutes, 5 times a week. John's journey. John wanted to improve his public speaking skills, but he was terrified of speaking in front of a crowd. He started by taking small steps, such as speaking up in meetings and practicing with friends. He sought feedback and support from a mentor, and gradually built up his confidence. With time, John became a confident public speaker, able to deliver presentations to large audiences. Conclusion: creating a brighter future. Congratulations on reaching the end of this book. You've taken the first step towards creating a brighter future for yourself. Remember that small, consistent actions lead to lasting change. Maintaining motivation and overcoming setbacks is key to success. Tools like habit formation and accountability systems can help you stay on track. Celebrating small wins and learning from setbacks is essential to progress. As you continue on your journey, remember that you are capable of achieving your goals. Stay committed, stay motivated, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. In the final chapter, we'll explore how to sustain independence and continuous growth, ensuring that you continue to thrive and reach your full potential. Chapter 11: Sustaining Independence and Continuous Growth. Congratulations on reaching the final chapter. You've come a long way on your journey towards independence and self-confidence. In this chapter, we'll explore long-term strategies to sustain your independence from external validation and continue growing. Long-term strategies for sustaining independence. Sustaining independence is like maintaining a healthy garden. It requires regular care and attention. Here are some strategies to help you stay on track. 1. Practice self-awareness. Continue to practice self-awareness by regularly checking in with your thoughts and feelings. This helps you stay grounded and connected to your true self. 2. Set boundaries. Maintain healthy boundaries in your relationships. Remember that it's okay to say no and prioritize your needs without feeling guilty. 3. Embrace vulnerability. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and authentic in your interactions. This builds deeper connections and strengthens your self-confidence. 4. Reframe criticism. When you receive criticism, see it as an opportunity for growth rather than a personal attack. Use it to improve and learn. 5. Cultivate mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. This helps you stay present and focused, reducing the need for external validation. Continuous growth. The journey never ends. Personal growth is an ongoing journey, not a destination. Here are some ways to continue growing and evolving. 1. Ongoing self-reflection. Regularly reflect on your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. This helps you understand yourself better and make informed decisions. 2. Lifelong learning. Never stop learning. Read books, attend workshops, and seek new experiences that challenge and expand your perspectives. 3. Set new goals. Continuously set new, achievable goals for yourself. This keeps you motivated and focused on your personal growth. 4. Seek feedback. Actively seek constructive feedback from people you trust. This provides valuable insights and helps you improve. 5. Experiment and adapt. Be open to trying new things and adapting to change. This keeps your life interesting and helps you grow. Encouragement and motivation. You can do it. Remember, every step you take towards independence and self-confidence is a victory. Here are some encouraging words to keep you motivated. Believe in yourself. You have the power to create the life you want. Trust in your abilities and believe in your worth. Celebrate your progress. Acknowledge and celebrate every small success. This builds momentum and keeps you motivated. Embrace challenges. Challenges are opportunities for growth. Face them with courage and determination. Stay positive. Maintain a positive mindset, even in difficult times. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Real-life examples, sustaining independence and growth. Let's look at some inspiring examples of people who have successfully sustained their independence and continued growing. Emma's journey. Emma struggled with seeking external validation for years. She worked hard to build her self-confidence and independence. Now, she practices self-awareness daily, sets healthy boundaries, and seeks feedback from trusted friends. Emma's journey has led her to a fulfilling career and strong relationships. David's story. David used to rely heavily on others' opinions. Through self-reflection and mindfulness, he learned to trust his own instincts. He now embraces vulnerability and sets new goals for himself regularly. David's transformation has not only improved his personal life, but also his professional success. Final thoughts: taking control of your life. You've explored many powerful tools and strategies throughout this book. Now, it's time to put them into action and take control of your life. Remember that you are valuable just as you are. Your worth comes from within, not from others' opinions. You have the power to shape your future. Call to action: start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start living your best life. Begin today by taking one small step towards your goals. Here are some actions you can take right now. 1. Write down your goals. Make a list of your short-term and long-term goals. Keep them visible and review them regularly. 2. Practice mindfulness. Set aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness or meditation. This helps you stay centered and focused. 3. Reach out for support. Share your goals and progress with a trusted friend or mentor. Having someone to hold you accountable can be incredibly helpful. 4. Reflect on your journey. Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Celebrate your achievements and learn from your setbacks. 5. Set small, achievable tasks. Break down your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This makes them less overwhelming and more achievable. Conclusion. Congratulations on completing this journey. You've taken a significant step towards independence and self-confidence. Remember that personal growth is an ongoing process, and every step you take is a victory. Stay committed, stay motivated, and most importantly, stay true to yourself. You have the power to create the life you want, and you deserve to live it to the fullest. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I believe in you and your ability to achieve great things. Now, go out there and make your dreams a reality.